I would say that Amon-Ra's place in the league, we talked about how prior to this season, we weren't sure that the Lions had a player, a skill position player, that would rank in the top, I can't remember if we said 10 or top 15 in the league at their position. Yet their offense last year was one of the best in the league, and it continues to be.
Little did we know.
Now they absolutely have one guy in the top 10 at his position in Sam Laporta. And I think Amon-Ra
is without a doubt in the top 10.
In the league, not in the NFC, but in the league, has broken that threshold. I'm more comfortable saying it about Sam Laporta. I'd have to sit down and have and sift it out. I think Amon-Ra statistically now can back it up.
Does David Montgomery belong on that list too? I think
he might. He might.
He's 7th in the NFL in rushing, and he's got 12 touchdowns to boot.
Yep, he might. And I mean, I'm sure there's somebody out there screaming, "What about Jahmyr Gibbs?" And
well, you can make an argument.
Jahmyr Gibbs is putting up numbers and feels like he's just scratching the surface. Like if there were a draft of running backs, my guess is Gibbs would go higher right now than his statistics would tell you he should.
Well, he went 12th overall. So I don't know if he goes.
I'm just saying draft of running backs.
Okay, okay.
Just running backs. I think Jahmyr Gibbs might go in the top 5 or 6 because of his age, his contract number,
versatility to be a receiver as well as a runner. He's tied for 10th with nine touchdowns rushing.
The argument is we have one of the best commodities at the position. A young, explosive, fast player that doesn't cost much relative to second contract running backs.
No, it's nice to see. I mean, when you got and DeAndre Swift is a Pro Bowler, former Lion. DeAndre Swift is 4th in the NFL in rushing this year with 1,049 yards, and good for him. We knew he could do it if he could stay healthy. The big question on DeAndre Swift was, could he stay healthy? Well, he's played in 16 games. He's played every game this year, and we'll see if he plays on Sunday. Imagine he will, whenever they do play. He's had a hell of a year. But right behind him is David Montgomery. Mm-hmm. And right behind Montgomery is Jahmyr Gibbs. I will take what the Lions did every day using these two running backs and compare that to Swift and Jamal Williams. It's not a comparison. It's really a 2-for-1 because Jamal Williams hasn't had much of a season at all this year. He had a great year with the Lions last year, and thank you. But they were able to make up the loss of his touchdowns in the aggregate with these two running backs.
It wasn't unanimous, too, that they had done the right thing at the running back.
No, we had plenty of people call in that were upset about it.
Yep.
Like, how could you let Jamal Williams go? Where are they going to get those touchdowns? Well, they'll figure it out. And sure enough, you got 12 touchdowns on the ground from Montgomery, and you've got 9 on the ground from Jahmyr Gibbs. That 21's a pretty good total.
So anyway, Amon-Ra's mad. He's hot and he's mad, and the playoffs are right around the corner. And, it kind of reminds me a little bit of I wasn't happy when the Pistons finally got 4 guys in the All-Star team. I liked the going to work Pistons upset about how they were overlooked as stars. And when they got 4 guys in the All-Star team, I was like, well, there goes that. And chip on the shoulder can only carry you so far. But we've talked about controlled fury all the time, and we're finding more reasons for this team to show controlled fury.
Maybe it's because my love of sports started at an early age with collecting cards and stuff like that. So seeing All-Star next to the player or All-Pro next to the player, it does mean something to me. I always love that, and the card was different because, well, that's an All-Star player. And how do you know that? Because it says right in the top of the card, All-Star.
Like a red, white, and blue banner.
Yeah, however, each year was a different looking card, and I always loved that. So I always wanted to see the guys that I root for, whether it's football and rooting for them on Sundays, I want to see them rewarded for being the best of the best. So, yeah, I get it. It would bother me if the recognition isn't there when it's deserving to be there. Now, the Pro Bowl thing,
it's lost so
not
much
even a
significance.
game. I don't even care about the Pro Bowl. It is lost all significance whatsoever. But the acknowledgement of being there still matters. And maybe that comes with the not Pro Bowl, but All Pro moniker. I don't know if Amon-Ra St. Brown is going to get All Pro status. But I think in that first team, but hopefully it's within the first 3 teams. And because he's deserving of it. And I want him to get some accolades, get some flowers, if you will.
Okay, since I'm leaning into this a little bit, should Goff be pissed? He was basically ranked number 5. He was the second alternate at quarterback behind Brock Purdy, Dak Prescott, is it Hurts?
Stafford.
Oh, God. Interception numbers are probably pretty similar.
Yeah, he's thrown one more interception.
Goff has thrown one more than Stafford.
Yes. His quarterback rating is 96.4. Stafford's is 92.5.
Yeah.
I don't know how you say Stafford's the Pro Bowl quarterback with those numbers all favoring Goff.